Welcome back.
Hi,
Tell me about you. From
I'm from Germany and I'm traveling India right now.
oh, so you're traveling from. So how many countries you have traveled so far?
I don't know, maybe like 40, 50, I'm not really sure. I
Okay,
haven't counted.
really?
No.
So I mean, traveling from how long?
In India for 1 month.
And around the world?
I don't know, since I was like 16, so it's like 10 years now.
Oh, nice. Which country you like? You really want to go many times? Like,
It depends, like I think like there are different countries, like everything has their pros and their cons. India itself is like really
True,
diverse.
true, true.
So like I think it's interesting to come here several times because you can explore like so many different
If I will
parts.
ask you, like, just tell me the four countries that you want to come again or travel again. Four countries.
I think it would be USA, Mexico, Russia, and probably India too.
Oh, India too. So India is also you
Yeah,
really like.
it's nice to travel.
Nice. So which part of India you have traveled so far?
I've been like to the north, like I've been to Delhi, Rajasthan, Himachal Pradesh, UP, Bihar, West Bengal, and now it's Maharashtra, Goa, Karnataka, and now Kerala.
Oh, nice, nice. Where did you find most crazy experience? Because India is, so much diversity, different
is.
place, different people, sometimes crazy people and all.
It depends, I think, on where you go. Like there's crazy in different kinds. Because I think like every part you go in India, it's always like a little bit different. Like I don't know, like the most crazy thing, maybe UP, maybe Bihar, maybe West Bengal. I don't know.
Oh, nice, nice, nice. Tell me something experience you want to share about UP, Bihar, and any North India experience. I know some crazy experience you have.
Like it depends on where you go. Like mostly the people, they're really, really nice.
Okay.
Like the most of the people they invite you to their home. They share the food with you. They show you so many things. But there are also like people who scam you. It's both.
Yeah.
It's both, and
Yeah,
sometimes
yeah.
you just need to feel your gut.
Yeah, true, true.
And I think this is like the really interesting part. And I think also what is really interesting that there are like so many different religions
Yeah, true.
in India, and this is like what it also makes me interested. Like what's interesting for me.
Okay. So did you find India is most difficult travel to country? Like
No.
no, not really, no?
I think you need to have a little bit of experience to travel here, but like in generally traveling is quite easy. Like I mean, you sometimes need to be a little bit careful, and I don't know. Sometimes there are pickpockets and so on.
Okay.
You just need to be like a little bit cautious, and sometimes you overpay, but it's mostly like not too much. I think like countries which have like worse infrastructure, for example, like Central African countries, it's a little bit more different and more difficult than in India, I think.
You have been Varanasi?
Yeah, I've been in Varanasi.
How was your experience?
I really liked Varanasi. It's a crazy, crazy city. I only stayed here for 1 week. It was like not long enough. But I think like what I really like about Varanasi is that like life and death is like really close.
Yeah.
by it.
That's the most important learning thing, na?
Yeah, it's also life and death. It's both. And I think this is what makes it really interesting. And for me, I really like Varanasi, and I really would recommend to everyone to go there to experience it once because it's just crazy.
Yeah. That's what when I meet people outside of India, I always say, just explore Varanasi once.
Yeah. Varanasi is really crazy city. I mean, for me, like visually, it's not so beautiful, but I think if you go there, like the spirit of the people and the spirit, like the vibe of the whole city is like crazy. And I think it's like really spiritual, and this is what makes it like really interesting, I guess.
Oh, nice. So you have explored like which three place in India did you find most attractive, or you can come again?
I think like Varanasi would be definitely like my topic because I
Okay.
really liked it. I also really like Bodh Gaya
Okay.
because it's also like quiet and like a little bit more rural, and I think Hampi.
Oh, Hampi.
Because Hampi is like also really beautiful and it's like rural. You can explore a lot, and there like you can stay there for years, and still like discover things. And also Goa. I really like South Goa.
Oh, South Goa. Which
Yeah.
part in South Goa have you stayed?
Parallel.
Paralam. Yeah. Have you been Patnam? Patnam is just close to South. Patnam is close to Pelelom. Have you been Patnam?
Maybe, like I don't remember because like we just rented a scooter and went everywhere. So yeah, that's
So
what we did.
share some crazy stuff in Goa you have done. Like how you find did you find ki Indian girls are more attractive towards you in India?
Maybe, but I think like for me, like I have a girlfriend.
Oh.
I'm like this with her, so I don't know. I haven't experienced much, but I think it might be. It might be, but like we've also been there in low season, so there was not too much party going on.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, too much, and it's off season. Yeah.
Yeah,
And South
yeah.
Goa is a little bit.
And it's also like a little bit more chill. And I think like for me, I'm not here for going to party because like in Germany I can party way better. I'm
Yeah,
here like
yeah.
for different things.
Yeah, yeah, true, true. So you what type of thing like this one?
This is a really funny story because it was just like a street child who sold us
Okay.
those, and I like them. I just bought them. I mean, they're like really cheap,
Oh yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
I like them and I like to support her.
Nice, nice. So I will ask few more questions about your traveling to other part of the world.
Sure.
Okay. So which country you have learned a lot from? Apart from your home country, obviously you have spent more time there. Which country did you find more close to you? And tell me about the life in that country. How did you attach with this country, and what did you like?
I think what I really enjoyed is Tanzania, it's East Africa,
Okay.
because like the people they're like I don't know, like I also speak Swahili. I speak the local language
Okay.
there.
Okay.
And I think that like the way of life there is like really interesting. It's really different from like the Western European lifestyle.
Okay.
But I really liked it because it's just like a whole different, and like the whole country in itself is like differently developed. Let's say it like this, and it's also like naturally quite beautiful. And I really enjoyed my time there. Like I stayed there for like more than 6 months or so.
Oh,
It was
so is
a
it
good time.
is it cheaper compared to India, or like similar price?
It's cheaper. It's way cheaper than
Cheaper,
India.
cheaper than
Yeah,
India.
I mean, India, you can. There's sometimes places where you spend a lot of money. For example, if you go to the bar, it's really expensive.
Okay.
But if you go, I don't know, if you travel by train, like if you take sleeper class, what we always do, it's like really cheap. Like
Okay.
normally, we from Pune to Goa, it took like 12 hours. For both of us, it was like 450 rupee. It's like $5.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's
yeah.
really cheap.
Nice. And did you find which countries did you find that traveling that is difficult in Tanzania and all?
Yeah, it is difficult because like there are no schedules, there are no trains, it's only buses,
Okay.
and like it's just different. Sometimes you just have an accident, or I don't know, like sometimes you take breaks for like one day. You know, it's really different from traveling here. I think like most parts of India are quite developed, and it's not too hard to travel here because you have like timetables and so on. I mean, sometimes the trains are late, but it's too important, I guess.
Okay. And you are traveling for many years. How do you manage, financially? If someone, I mean, many people are asking the question. If people who is traveling around the world, traveling is expensive. I also travel, so I have spent good money in traveling.
It depends on where you go. Like if you use, like for example, couch surfing in India is like not too popular, but it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
also in quite other countries. The flights are mostly like really cheap. You can find them if you book in advance for like really cheap. And I think normally you just have to trust your gut a little bit. And for example, in India, food is really cheap. You can like for one person, 100 rupees is enough for
Yeah,
a whole
yeah,
day.
more than enough.
And this is like $1.50.
Yeah. $1 is enough to have good food in India.
Yeah, and to like have quality good food.
Yeah.
You just need to search a little bit and ask around.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I think like in Germany life is more expensive than this.
Yeah.
And I'm not saving money, but like it's not much more expensive than life in Germany.
Okay. So, I mean, if someone really want to travel around the world, so do you think couch surfing is really helpful?
Sorry?
Couch surfing?
Couch surfing, yeah. I really enjoyed couch surfing because
So, tell me about your couch surfing experience. Is it any scam did you find or anything?
no, nothing.
Never.
Like normally the people are really genuine.
Okay.
And I think like if I also do it myself in Germany, and like if people come to your place, you show them the city,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it goes vice versa. And like this, you meet quite a lot of people around the world, and normally you can like meet them and I don't know, like see the place you're visiting through the eyes of a local, and they can show you like certain stuff and so on, which is really nice. And you just also make connections.
So, where do you find most nice people through couch surfing? Because I have heard in India it's not, you know, I know.
It's not this common. I think like it's like quite common in Western Europe and also Eastern Europe.
Okay.
So I think the more you go there, like the most of the people they actually do speak English, and like when you speak English or if you can speak English, you can just make connections there like this. And I think like everywhere in the world they're like nice and bad people, but mostly like through couchsurfing, I at least almost only met like nice people.
Yeah, yeah. So how do you find, like, you know, traveling is not all about good experience, because while I'm doing backpacking, I also feel some days really, really bad.
Of course.
And you know, how do you find, you know, to the bad people, and how do you overcome with bad situations?
It depends. I mean, sometimes it depends on how bad it is. If you get robbed, I mean, that's not good. But sometimes you can just manage. For example, I always carry 2 phones. This is like my travel phone.
Oh, okay.
And
okay.
if I lose this one, it's bad, it's annoying. But I do not lose everything. This is only like for maps and so on. I have my other phone with me. And then, for example, if I lose like my backpack, this would be like really, really bad.
Okay, okay,
It's like
okay.
a small one down there. And I don't know, sometimes you just get in like bad situations, but at the same time you can also like learn from them, like why did it happen to you, what you made out of it. And normally if you ask around like anyone for help, the 99% of the people they're like really nice, like everybody will help you, I think, all over the world.
Okay. Did you find India is like mini world? Like some people told me if you travel India, it's a little bit difficult to traveling in India, but if you travel in India for a long time, it's like mini world. Did you find like India is mini world? Because
I mean, like every 100 kilometers you go, like the culture and the language and the people change.
Okay.
And I think this is like really interesting, and normally like it's not too hard to travel, as I said before. I think you need to be like cautious. You need to be cautious with food. You need to be cautious with transportation. For example, I do not take night buses.
Okay.
Because I think they're dangerous. Because some of the drivers are like really crazy.
Yeah, true.
And like that's why I prefer trains, but trains are also like way cheaper than buses.
Yeah.
I think they're much more comfortable, and like this you meet like also a lot of people.
Yeah,
which is,
yeah,
like
true,
really
true.
nice.
Yeah, it's good decision to don't take night bus, but sometimes it's okay. But yeah, train is always better than, you know.
Yeah, exactly, because night buses they're like really dangerous, and I also have been in an accident once, and like I never want to do that again.
Oh, okay. If you have to, you know, like giving you option 6 months to spend in India, okay, and 6 months in another country, like which country will you choose to travel? India? And if
For me personally, I already know India quite a lot. Like, I mean, of course, I haven't seen every place in there. Like, also still too much, like so much to explore.
Okay.
I think the next time I have like 6 months and I have like a little bit more fun, so I'll probably go to Mexico.
Mexico.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have heard a lot of Mexico. Like last time I was talking with traveler, so he's also mentioning about Mexico a lot.
Like if you speak Spanish, you need to speak Spanish.
So tell me about life in Mexico. I really want to know about Mexico.
Yeah, it's also different. I mean, it's a huge country. It depends on where you go. But I think like in general, like it's really fun to travel there. It's a little bit harder, I think, than in India.
Why it's hard?
Because it's like here, for example, you have like set train schedules. You also have them over there, of course. But I think like it's a little bit, how to say it, it's a little bit more adventurous. Let's say it like this, and especially if you go to the north of Mexico, you know, like you need to actually have a car there.
Okay.
Otherwise, it doesn't work. I think the south is like really different. It's the same like in India. The north has mountains. And like everywhere else you go, every state, you know, in India is like really different from each other.
Oh, okay. So you do also Latin dance and all, by bachata, Latin dance.
Well, what is Latin dance?
Latin dance, Mexico, I think Latin America.
Latin America. Yeah. I haven't explored it too much because it's really far away from you and the flights are really expensive mostly.
Yeah.
But
No, Mexico is also in.
It is.
It is. So I'm asking, do you know dancing and all dance?
Dancing, yeah, like sometimes. Yeah.
So how is the culture in dance in Mexico? I have heard there is Latin dance. Everyone do too.
I think like it's really nice. It's like the people like dancing there a lot, and I really enjoy that too.
How's the people? People are really cool.
They're really nice, but you need to speak Spanish, I guess.
Spanish.
Yeah.
If I don't know Spanish, so
you should learn Spanish.
Oh,
it's not hard.
You know Spanish?
Yeah.
Oh,
like not too much, a little bit, but I think like it's really easy to learn, especially if you already know English.
So you understand Spanish?
Yeah.
So how many languages you can understand?
I understand like Spanish, German, of course, English. I know Swahili. I know a little bit of Russian, but not too much.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you have also explored Russia.
Yeah, a little bit. Like I've been like to Petersburg, Moscow, and like a few places in between. I like before the war started, I like took a car with a friend of mine and explored like the western side of Russia. But the next plan is take the Trans-Siberian train if the war is over.
How expensive is Russia compared to Bangalore?
Now Russia's it depends. You know, like I think after the war it's going to be different. I don't know, like but it's probably going to be cheaper.
Okay. Tell me any crazy things while you're traveling. Any most recent memory things. Anything that.
You know, there are so many things which you can explain, but I think it's really hard to pack it in words. And I think like the problem is also the other thing is that we actually need to leave.
Okay.
That's our problem. We need to take the train.
Okay. It's nice to.
Yeah. Nice to meeting you too.
Yeah. And tell me anything. Just wrap up. Who really wants to travel? What advice do you want to give someone who really
I think just to be open to the experience, to be cautious,
okay,
but to also enjoy it at the same time. And it doesn't need to take, like, you do not have to have a lot of money. Of course, money helps. It's true. But I think it's also just to be like open to the experience.
Okay.
And just see whatever comes.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.